RIP. I dare to believe if there's someone out there that doesn't know World of Warcraft, probably not. But do you know this World of Warcraft? Maybe most of you already know this one. Probably a lot of you know this one. Wrath of the Lich King. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is TheSparrowsJourney. For the ones that are not aware at all of what's going on, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, and most successful private server went down. It shut down because Blizzard launched a case against it, and they had to close it down. It was called Nostalrius. People just became mad at Blizzard because they did that. Blizzard doesn't want to launch legacy servers. Legacy servers meaning that you would have the world map as it was in vanilla without all the BS that the game has nowadays. Can you give them reason to shut down that server? I can see Blizzard's way. They are using their resources. They are using stuff that they made years ago. But the fact that they refuse to give these players that chance of playing on legacy servers takes away the whole point of bringing down that server. There was a petition to convince Blizzard to launch legacy servers that gathered around 250,000 signatures. Almost that. That is enough to fill up a couple of legacy servers. Now, I do understand that a lot of these people will subscribe for 2-3 months maybe, and then they will just not ever log in again because they were just feeling that rush of nostalgia. And I wouldn't say this would save World of Warcraft, but it would certainly increase their finances. And that's all what Blizzard is looking for. And I don't blame them. This is a business. They need to make money in order to make new games, in order to make more money. So why the hell not? Today, finally, we got an answer from Blizzard, which doesn't bring up too many conclusions, but it gives us some hope. Our silence on this subject definitely doesn't reflect our level of engagement and passion around this topic. We hear you. You think you do, but you don't. Many of us across Blizzard and the WoW dev team have been passionate players ever since classic WoW. A lot of people working at Blizzard right now are not happy with what they are developing, which is quite sad. We explored options for developing classic servers and none could be executed without great difficulty. What? How come a team of 30 people that probably never have been at Blizzard working for Blizzard can go through over the code, the design, the infrastructure World of Warcraft is built on, and you, a business of millions, an enterprise of so many people, cannot get this working? What I really think they are telling us here is that bringing legacy servers up would be just a statement that your current WoW situation is horrible, and they don't obviously want to do that. Over the years, we have talked about a pristine realm. In essence, that would turn off all the leveling acceleration, including character transfers, room gear, character boosts, recruited friend bonuses, WoW token, and access to cross-realm zones, as well as group finder. You would have to do much more than that, but this is a step in the right direction. Now, is it enough? Absolutely not. Pristine realm is different from legacy realm. You would have to remove garrison. It totally made WoW a Facebook game, a mobile game, in which you log in, you are picking up resources from your own garrison before you had to go out in the world, explore, and mine your own stuff, mine your own ore, find your own herbs. You would have to remove transmog, which doesn't make absolutely no sense to me. I could probably tell some of the story of that character, of that person in World of Warcraft, if I looked at his gear. That guy that I saw yesterday is now today here again, and I saw him again, and I feel that we can become friends, and whenever we can, we will do some dungeons. Nowadays, that doesn't happen. Nowadays, you join a dungeon, you join group finder, you don't even speak on the party chat. You run through the streets in Orgrimmar or whatever, and you don't see anyone. How is that called a massive multiplayer online game? It's sad to see where World of Warcraft is nowadays, and a lot of people don't understand that because they never had World of Warcraft like it was before, when community was a thing, when the actions that you took would actually matter. Tomorrow you would see the same people on the same server that would probably judge you from what you did yesterday. They want to keep developing their current game in order to bring new expansions, in order to sell more copies of the game. Not to mention that whenever a new new expansion comes out, a lot of people subscribe because they want to try the game again. They want to give it another chance. They come back in hopes World of Warcraft is now another completely different thing, to find out it's not, and sometimes it's even worse, and then they quit. Well, as we know it today, some people might enjoy it. In this situation over here, we have two separate groups. We have the new generation and we have the old generation. The new generation never knew World of Warcraft as it was before Wrath. The old generation played and loved Vanilla, TBC, and probably Wrath. After that, it all came downhill. We gotta also consider the evolution of video gaming. Video games nowadays are played by almost everyone in the family. In that sense, Blizzard had to make World of Warcraft somehow reachable to those people. And I guess that's the point where things turned a little bit. There is one single game that delivered experiences that I never got in my life, and I never got them again in any other game. And that game is World of Warcraft. While my guys from my gang, it's my friends I mean, were at the beach during the summer, I spent the whole summer playing World of Warcraft. I almost lost my girlfriend because of World of Warcraft. That's how good that game was back in the day. What I feel WoW is missing right now is the word meaning. Everything is so easy to get. There is no sense of accomplishment. There is no sense of rewards. If you have the same opinion, different opinion, or if you just want to share, please write in the comment section about what has this become, what has this come into, and what can be done to change it. Tell me, what are your thoughts about the legacy servers and how Blizzard can change things around to make this happen, or maybe not. Tell me what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you are new around here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been The Sparrow's Journey. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. I love making videos, and very fortunately, I can no longer do it without your help. If you would be so kind as to click on the link currently on the screen and contribute with just even $1 on Patreon, that would already make a difference. Thank you.